creating an issue on a Wesnoth GitHub, which I kinda put off for... which I have kinda put off for 2 weeks, or at least 9 days, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I finally did that. Then, just check my preferences, so it's actually the stream preference. Yep. So, I don't need this anymore, that was for testing purpose. We have made it into South Bay, including all the refugees and Ruby of Fire and the menu of about how to use the Ruby of Fire, so that's nice, we've got it going for us. And right, as something I pointed out and at the end of the previous scenario, like a cutscene scenario, this this campaign, or the first scenario on this on the Green Isle, was called a Summer of Storms, followed by the Fall as in Autumn, so that's already 2 seasons down. Then the previous scenario, a cutscene scenario, was South Bay in Winter, and now we've got a final Spring, so we've got all 4 seasons covered, which I think is a really nice touch, especially because South Bay in Winter and a final Spring are the last 2 scenarios on the Green Isle, while a Summer of Storms and the Fall were the first 2 scenarios on the Green Isle, so we've come full circle. Yeah, and Spring is also the fact that it's Spring is also nice because Spring signals a new beginning, and after this scenario there will be a new beginning indeed. Like Jasan revealed in the previous scenario that she knows how to navigate to the land the son of the King of South Bay discovered. A place where it's called the Great Continent, this thing, where Wesnoth is gonna be founded. So the Rise of Wesnoth is finally getting, we are finally getting there. Without further ado, a final Spring. So look, we've come from here, through all this, and until Clearwater Port Sail, from there to the Fallen Leaf Point, port in the servers again, and we're finally there. Several months pass. Jasan has translated Leech Lord Caro's Book of Fire and Darkness. Prince Haldrick is busy probing the secrets of the Ruby of Fire. I think I've worked something out. Look. Ooh, dot. Gee, someone should really attach this thing to a scepter or something. I think I save it for closer ranged combat for now. Watch it! Well, at least you're improving. Huh, full of a boy, it's just gonna burn it all up. Humans always playing at being wizards. Orcs sighted! They've seized the frontier! To arms! To arms! Prince Haldrick, I'll concentrate on holding South Bay. You must defeat the orcs. The ships aren't ready yet. We must defeat this army of orcs to buy us more time. Try not to kill us all with that ruby. Very well. I'll do my best. So defeat all enemy leaders, and Haldrick, Jasan or Adrodran the Ninth, this guy, dying would mean that we lose the scenario. So we've got orcs down there, we've got orcs over here, and we've got orcs there as well. So especially killing this one is gonna be kinda annoying, I think. Then let's see. This guy has only 200 gold, which is plenty annoying, but at least not as much income, while those 2 in the north, the one in the north and the one in the south each got 290 gold. Plus I have the amount of income. Like, I can match the income only by having 8 villages, that's not ideal. So yeah, and my ally has 120 gold, which is not much. Plus only 4 units to defend. And high Descasharado. So yeah, I'm gonna try and... So first of all, I've got pretty good odds at just holding out against the green one, like he's got pretty weak passing points, crossing points over here, and it means I can focus on the purple one at least for now. So also note that Sir Rodri has been auto-recalled this scenario, while previous scenario in the sewers he wasn't auto-recalled, which is reasonable since, well, it was underground and Paladins are not great underground, or knights in general. Then we've got Yalta, of course, the one named unit so far. I just gotta point out, you can still name units, it's still possible. And yeah, by the way, we closed up the entrance to the sewers. So no one could invade us that way. So yeah, problem is I'm not gonna fight them during daytime. I don't have a chance pretty much. They will start fighting me when night is arriving pretty much. First of all, you go over there just to be safe. Guys, pick me up please. Of course, healers, H. I have got a weight mage as well. Then what do I have with level 2 units? Units that can almost level up, so that's nice. And the rest of them are pretty much level 3 and a couple of level 1 units. So if I'm understanding this correctly, I think that the South Bay units, the blue units will mostly stick around their leader instead of going full aggro on whatever they can see. GitHub. So I've I was just reading this Cacharado's comment from my issue I raised, which is a fair point. Like, I'm wondering if defining a macro for this would be overkill, but at least it would be a working solution. Sure, those two healers are totally gonna stay here. Like, I'm not gonna send them elsewhere, that's for sure. Then, who do I want for this? First of all, those two guys, because they're pretty much leveled up. I'm gonna send them over there just as backup on. They will be pretty safe there. And for now, no further recruiting. At least not this turn. Yep. Should work for now. So I'm also gonna place him here so I can kill this one, which will very likely take a village next turn. Oh, and this Cacharado was just saying that they might actually address that issue I raised themselves if they get the time to do that. Or when. They said when, but I'm gonna say if, because time is pretty rare. And yeah, of course, that would be pretty nice. For the record, I'm also gonna raise another issue with this very scenario, so and the solutions would be interlinked. So at least wait for me to raise the other issue as well. King Riordan, your day is done. Prepare to be ground to dust. If you're lucky, I may rise you from death for my own amusement. Oh, what's this? I sense a ruby of fire. You monster! You betrayed our people! To ally yourself with these orcs? Fool girl! My ambition is boundless! I will survive to rule the orcs and all else! That is more than can be said for you! King Riordan, meet your son. You'll be joining him soon enough. No! Father, join us. His older brother was more attractive. So yeah, that's a couple of undead I really did not need. But I guess I'll have to deal with that. Shouldn't be too hard actually. Hopefully. Then first of all, kill this one as planned. That is if I actually hit them. But that's a fair point, it's why I've got more units around. Then no, I actually do not want to level this guy up. And I would be of 1 unit, so okay-ish. Keep those two by so they can keep kicking them down, crawl up. So cover. Okay, that did not quite work. Yep, cover like this that works nicely. So just so we can find out what's written there. To Clearwater Port. So, and since I can undo this, I can just, well, do this. I saved, so I could reload if necessary, and now it wasn't necessary, so that's nice. Actually, I don't need those two. So yeah, this is bad. Really bad. Really dumb, mostly. I'm kinda tired, like... I frankly woke up this morning and felt pretty bad. And I thought I was sick, but luckily I'm already better, so maybe I did overreact. Like, I'm obviously feeling better, otherwise this stream wouldn't have happened. That went actually pretty nicely. Then that one. So yeah, the problem with the black one is not that he's gonna do so much damage with the units they have. Oh, okay, let's talk about this first. I come seeking the Crown Prince. Who is this fishman? He's a large part of the reason your son made it to the lands of the East. Lord Typhon provided us with pelts and an escort for our voyages in exchange for steel trident points and fish hooks. It's difficult to be a blacksmith when you live underwater. Indeed it is. But where's the prince? The Crown Prince is dead. But we have need of your services again. Under the same terms? Agreed. Good. We need a steel for our own war in the deep. I formally place the might of the merfolk at your disposal. You can now recruit merfolk! Which makes... so Lord Typhon isn't allowed to die either, which makes dealing with those units far easier now. So yeah, I'm very glad that those guys arrived. They will also be invaluable to holding those bridges and those points where they can cross over. So since this guy is almost dead, I'm just gonna finish this off. Because killing that unit is quite useful. Like even more useful than wounding this one, which is also a priority target. Then... nice. I like this. Another Archmage please, and I would like to finish off guy. But maybe not. Because those guys can reach and I would like to not have to deal with them at the same time. Then this. I think it can work out. Like I'm not absolutely sure, but I'm somewhat sure, and that's all you're gonna get for now. Then I completely forgot to recruit. Oops. Like I can recruit the merfolk now, and I'm totally gonna recruit the merfolk now. Because I need them this scenario and I will need them next scenarios too. So yeah, that's why. And back up this guy. So only 2 of them can attack at once, and his odds at surviving will increase with that. Yep, that's a good idea. Then this would be far more devastating if they actually attack during daylight. Nighttime though, so not that much effectiveness. So yeah, of course the green one is gonna be the most annoying in a way, just right after the black one. Right, the black one is annoying because they have a very small keep, and they've got way more gold that they can spend at once. Means I will have to deal with them, those units coming in again and again and again and again, which is not that cool. Okay, I know for sure that I already have a huntsman, and I'm not so sure about... No, actually I do have a ranger as well, so having both of them is not that terrible actually. So yeah, the green one is gonna be annoying because they will be in a sort of well-defendable position, which is good for me because I don't have to deal with them all at once, but bad for me because I will have a harder time crossing over and finishing them off. And they will have access to all the villages on the northern side, which is a lot. Shame. Okay, let's do it like this. Boom. Then retreat from there. Gone because I don't like you. I mean, it's frankly not that great a reason, but it works for me right now. Okay. This should absolutely be enough to deal with those guys. Very likely without any losses. So that's nice. And... yeah. For now I'm gonna send all the merfolk down that, so to make sure that those guys can't group up in numbers, but I want to have them, at least some of them, back very soon to defend over here because, well, I'm gonna need that. Resilient and strong is better. And yep, I do have a range, so that's great. Then die, please. Okay, in that case you won't die, that's also totally fine. Then those, like the mage and paladin, and yeah, those 4 are absolutely enough to kill this guy, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. At least that's what I plan for them to be doing. Then shove this guy. This one can easily finish off. Self-pay people. Okay. And frankly, I should have recruited less merfolk and more landfolk. Humans, basically. Folk of the Isle and less folk. Because I'm stretched very thin right now, and that's not good. Bad, frankly. No, not that one. Ouch. So yeah, the undead are obviously just walking over those forces because it's nighttime. And nighttime is not exactly the greatest time for humans against it, at least for loyalists against undead. So at least I know for sure those units absolutely enough. It's almost a shame that those guys didn't take on any. On the other hand, better that they didn't have to. But cool. He has a storm trident now. That's nice. I did not realize that. Gonna make it so badly. So yeah, why is it bad that those guys had no use? They won't do anything at all and ever. Like ever. Unless I had allowed units to get close to them and being able to hit them. I didn't. So that means they won't have any use, even though they could have been a very valuable. They could have been very valuable as help. Like that's pretty much guaranteed. So this, please, just as a healer and stuff. Right, safe to be sure. South Bay, it's accurate. Oh, the peasant did him in. Oh, that's nice. Like in this situation, I'm very glad that they attacked Haldrick, because he has now the Ruby of Fire and the hit chances with the Ruby of Fire are magical. So a perfect counter, or at least a perfect finisher against assassins and slayers. Okay, and that's one enemy leader down. Also daytime, so at least, yeah, like I would like to say my allies do more damage, but it's more like the enemies deal less, because I do not have any allies left that could deal any damage, be it big or small. I wanna hit. Yeah, that's the problem with bats. Hitting them is pretty damn difficult. Then finish this guy. Not able to do so. Shame, then just send this one to heal. Okay, so apparently they don't really want to bother attacking from over there. That's fine by me, that's actually easier. Boom. First of all, die. Second of all, send them heal up. Okay, daytime, so they do not deal that much damage. Plenty, but not as much as previous. Also, finished off this guy. It shouldn't be too hard at least. And boom. Sadly, no gold has been retrieved. So yeah, and those guys are just gonna roll up there and take all the villages. But that's not important. And yes, of course those two are just gonna die again, but shame. Okay, and those guys are just gonna group this, so I can hold them off for pretty much forever if they keep it up like that. But yeah, you also see how much income this guy has, because he has half the villages on the map right now. That's a shame really, but it's not that terrible. So, and actually I'm gonna ignore this guy to leave to the two South Bay guards, so they have some actual use to me. Oh nice, they've focused on poisoning him and healer. That's useful actually. And those couple of undead are dead the next turn. Then first of all this guy. That's the easy part. Then rather say easiest part. Poison is gone. Crush. At least try to. Also burn. And those two are not a threat at this point. Okay, and gotta protect again. This guy's over there, and this one, I would like to know where this one goes next. As I said, I'm gonna ignore this one because I do have two swordsmen. Like my ally has two swordsmen close by, and they can totally do their job, that's for sure. Come on, get hit. At least someone is hitting some. So yeah, that's a problem with Merfolk and Naga and stuff like this. They have very high chances to dodge in the water, and if those two races are fighting each other, it means they dodge all the time, both of them. All the time, both of them. And sometimes it feels like you're not actually achieving anything. Okay, yeah, so this one is finally trying to go for the village, kinda as expected. The problem with this kind of fighting against sort of persisting enemy is you are always in a rush to defeat them. You never get a time to actually rest and heal your units up, so they're slowly wearing you down, even though you win every fight. To the Midlands and Oldwood. Cool. First of all, just finish off this guy. Ouch. Well, I'm gonna say I could have done better. Like, they're almost dying there. Not good. Yep, they can reach, which is why I wanted to have them placed there. Then two. So how much gold does this guy have left? Oh, finally, not that much anymore. Right, that's also the thing. If you give an AI leader a lot of gold and a small keep... No, first of all, if you give them a lot of gold, but also a big enough keep, they will recruit all that stuff, yeah, sure, fine so far. But they will also go into negative gold for a couple of turns at least. But if you give them a lot of gold and a small keep, then they usually won't go into negative gold and instead keep up in positive gold, prolonging the time and it until they actually run out of gold. So yeah, that's also a nice trick to think about. Also a reason why those guys are. So depending on what the Fool Prince does now, I will have to redo this turn and prioritizing them instead. Yeah, that was way too risky, but I was lucky enough in this case to survive. My son! For those not quite understanding what the hell is going on, this Death Knight, which was summoned by that Leech Lord dude, was the younger son of the King of South Bay. Like, They set out a campaign against the Westfolk, but never returned. And, well, while it was pretty certain when the invasion of the Orcs started that something went wrong, they did not know for sure, and, well, at the very least, he had not been summoned as a skeleton previously. So yeah, that was kinda worse than what happened before. Or at least what was known before. Boom. Actually, let's just send this guy around to take some villages. Alright, I keep forgetting that I've got another fight happening over here. Because they do feel quite separate. And I'm gonna steal that village first. Like, steal is maybe a harsh word. And that's why I should not have gone melee. Or at least not to begin with. Then... okay, he can't reach, so I can't take that village in peace. And I just wanna block this guy for now. I don't want to deal damage, I just wanna take them out of the fight, or at least limit what they can do fighting-wise. So yeah, this guy is so dead, but at least he guarantees that they are pretty much not gonna attack me, or at least not much. So yeah, as long as it's just bats, I do not really fear from my units for them to die or anything. Boom. So yeah, and this is why it's so great that Lord Typhon, whatever, has this, what's it called? Has this Storm Trident, a magical attack in the water. Because it means he's one of the few units that can actually hit something. Whoops. Okay, so this guy can reach, so let's make use of that. Okay, this looks great to me. Like, they are all zoned away, so they can't actually attack me. And that's all I really want. This guy is not useful over there if they're not actually attacking me there. And those guys still gotta get a move. Just Sen can totally just take that village over there. Perfect. Then keep weeding out those guys because they deal a lot of damage and I don't like that. Or at least they deal free damage to him. And that's not great. Then they cannot reach. In that case, I feel safe with just putting my unit there. Like, the heavy hitters can't reach my Archmage over there. Only one Goblin Spearman can reach. Like, if there were two of them, I might be worried. Especially if they were free. But as long as it's only this one, I'm not worried. Even at nighttime. Yeah, that was worth a shot and it did work out. There's also a pretty good chance that the bats are just gonna focus on the bowman because he's in the water instead of gonna focusing my units. See? Sure, they can kill him, that's why they focus him, but I can't control that unit anyway, so it's not that important. Or rather, it's not the best. It doesn't really interfere with what I can achieve, because my units, no damage has been dealt to them. So This should be good enough. Okay, and those two together might have... Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I was thinking maybe those two together can kill this one, but they are almost full health still. And this one is not full health, so that would be a risk I'm not willing to take. I do not need to take. Oh, right. This one there and over there. Damage! Also finish off this guy before they level up. So actually I think it would have been smarter if I had gone for the village there. Like this goblin spearman is not a threat during daytime. So I could have just as easily ignored them. This guy actually wants to go over there. I wouldn't mind that much. Because not a threat again. Just one unit instead of more. Also, it helps that they are just in water over there. And well, that means I can relatively easily hit them. And they are gone. That's what I meant with them not being a threat. Then this should be fine. It's daytime, so this guy can't deal that much damage, and it's a good chance to level up my white mage. Like, they can't deal much damage, not enough damage to kill to this one, and certainly not to this one. If they try to attack him, he's just gonna kill them instead, actually, because it's daytime. And finish off those guys. Okay, I could have done this better. Like, now I blocked my way over the bridge. But because it's not a threat, I think I just let this one go. I just want to point out I could have played this better by focusing this one with, for example, my Mage of Light, and then finish off this one and finish off this one as well. And would have been possible, and it would have been quite useful. Then, first of all, finish off this guy. Got a swordsman I already got, so I'm gonna take a pikeman again. Then, let's see, it's daytime, so I think I can do this. But I'm gonna save so I can undo this if I miscalculated. Like, they should be dealing only 36 plus up to 20? 56? I mean 51, it should... It's... Oh, how much hit points does he have? 50, okay. Up to 50, 20, not 15. Yeah, okay, they could have dealt up to 56 if they had both focused me, but they did not, so that's fine. Then let's move beyond them. It's time to finish them off. Die. And die as well. Like, that's how I should have gone for right, for the Orcish warrior back then. Yeah, I'm just gonna be carefree and just take villages. It's still daytime, so they can't deal that much damage. And because Jisan is, like the Wesnoth leader Jisan, is chaotic as well, she can't deal that much damage either. So if they attack, that's fine. She can just dodge it all. If they don't, that's fine as well. She can stab them in the back. Either way, not a threat. Oh, perfect. He didn't even try to attack properly. So let's first of all remove this guy. Then just trap this guy over there so they can't move out. And there is a low chance of actually killing a unit of mine. But because it's an Orc and a level 3 Orc, there is a chance of them killing my unit. So it's actually questionable if that was a good idea. Worst case, this guy dies. That isn't that terrible actually, because it's only a level 1 unit. But it's a unnecessary risk, frankly. Yep, they can reach, but they can't kill my white mage. And as long as they can't kill them, I'm totally fine with this guy getting attacked. They only have 3 XP points until level up, meaning I do not have to keep. I can heal them up in like one well-placed fight, pretty much. Then those guys have passed. Like, I think I was quite lucky that they did not try to cross over in more places. Like, only 3 units went through the water, and like 2 level 1 units went over here. So yeah, this was as safe as it could be. And this guy dies. Sort of as expected. I can only block this guy with level 2 units. And I did not, and that's bad. So, let's get out of there. Like, this guy is so strong they can one-shot each unit, each Merfolk unit I've got available. At least during the nighttime. During daytime they can't. I can still one-shot my level 1 units, but at least no longer my level 2 units. So that's progress in that way. Boom. Then die. Guy can't quite reach. This is a bit too much damage for my days, so it's not. This guy deals 18 damage per hit, 36, 4 damage. They can, if they hit everything, up to 54 damage. And that's too much. That's way too much. Right, I could, but I maybe shouldn't. Anyway, I can send my silver mage down there. If I had 2 silver mages, I would have had a chance at killing this guy pretty fast. Like, go back to the start. We go here. I have a village over there, so if I have a silver mage, let's give me a moment to cheat. Let's say I've got a silver mage. I recruited them I recalled them this turn, so I can't use them this turn. Skip all this stuff. I've got a silver mage, and now I can just send them down there. And they're instant combat ready. They are level 3 units, they are strong, they will keep those villages occupied. And they can easily deal with whatever this guy is recruiting, and they have a good chance to kill him in a couple of turns. So yeah, silver mages would have been hugely valuable in this scenario if you had them at the beginning of the scenario. So if you ever replay this, or if you ever play this campaign, get at least 1 silver mage before the scenario. Best case would be 2 of them, because then the black leader is almost trivial. They won't really be able to create trouble for you. Oh, right, I kinda still have to disable this first. Nope, that's the wrong turn. There. That's where we are at time-wise. Actually, I'm gonna start stealing the villages, like they're not really doing anything with those. Undo? Do? Like, I must have... Cheers. And Yella can take this one. Okay, in this case, Arado just noted this silver mage thing for speedrunning purposes, which is reasonable. Because I think it would be a viable strategy to cut down on time needed. And I need to re-enable my streaming settings, show combat, and do not skimp whatever they do. This guy, of course, recruited another unit. Not that big of a surprise. Not that big a surprise. Keep that village available, of course, so they can't steal it. Oh, right, just put this guy over there. Right, I forgot. Actually, no, not yet. They can just take one more village. I'm taking this one instead of this one, because this guy can reach there in one turn, but they can't reach in one turn this village I took just now. It's reasonable to give it to them instead. Then I'm gonna send this guy over there, because this bat is guaranteed to attack this mage, and I would like to have the units available to crush them. Oh hey, I've got an outlaw over here, I kinda forgot that. Village. It's XP, not much, but it is XP, so I'm gonna take it. And those two guys kinda have to catch up before I can. Actually, what does this say? New South Bay. So yeah, this is, as you can see, those are a group of villages symbolizing a smaller town next to South Bay. Apparently, which is called New South Bay. And so this way, this guy cannot attack any one of those who are quite battered by now. Battered? Actually, Prince Haldwig would survive this, so I can send him there to take a village. But those two are hurting a bit more. So yeah, guaranteeing that my units don't die there. Even if they hit every single hit, she would survive, and I will level up her this turn. Like this turn, so any damage dealt would have healed instantly. This is To the North Run, a place we know nothing about, but now we know this place exists, and it also gives us a sense of, you could say it gives us a sense of a world beyond what we've seen in the campaign. Like, as in, there actually exists something beyond the campaign, beyond the scenarios we've seen, meaning there is a bigger world. So yeah, it's literally world building purposes. Die and village. And now what's left is to take down this guy. And this bat, of course. Okay, sadly I didn't get a kill, but at least I can guarantee that I will kill this unit. Oh, I still have units available. Kinda forgot about that. And now I do have the kill. Nice. Okay, so this guy is just busy with taking villages when they can't recruit. Fine by me. Also, let's kill this one. Actually, I can already kill this guy, I think. If I manage to hit the charge, which is a big if, frankly. So I'm just for this guy for now. Like, Hjalte didn't take any. Like, he took almost no damage. Meaning I do not have to rush this. To the Midlands. So remember the Midlands, that was from the third scenario where the choice was between the Swamp of Easton and the Midlands, and we went for the Swamp of Easton. The Midlands would have been another choice, another place, but that place had already been overrun by the orcs. Not that in-game people knew of it, but, well, you know of it as the player if you've played this campaign before, because you run into, I think, 3 smaller hosts of orcs. Yeah, that sounds about right. Burn. So yeah, and as you can see, I'm pretty much finished. There's not much I've got left to do. Just fine by me. So, kill. And now it's just who's gonna kill him. In this case, I'm gonna give the kill to Hjalte. And I'm gonna try to soften up with my white mage and finish off with Hardrick. I was about to say it's not that bad if the Mage of Light gets the kill. That kinda didn't happen though, so that's also fine. Then farm some XP. Like during daytime, this guy is not able to kill any of my units, at least not a one-shot, and certainly not on ranged, but also not on melee either. So, and I kinda messed up now because none of those guys can get a kill, only the silver mage is available, which is a waste of the 24 hit point, 24 XP. I'm a bit too lazy to redo it just for that now though, so let's end. We've defeated the orcs. Let's rig the ships and get out of here. Oh, for my sons. As we agreed, I will hold South Bay until my last breath. With the help of the merfolk and my knowledge of an island that will make a good reprovisioning point, we should be able to embark for the great lands that are to the east. What I don't like is the fact that Lichlor Jevian, after whom our very capital is named, betrayed my people. To make matters worse, he knows that you have that ruby. There's not much we can do about that now. I dubbed this fine ship the Eldaric in honor of my father. About that island? Great, more boats, and now an ocean. After you make it to this new land, send some of the ships back, for there may still be survivors in South Bay. Oh yeah. And that's the scenario, and since I ended with plenty of time and I had a lot of villages available for me, I'm getting a lot of bonus gold for the next turn, like 345. And yeah, that's the scenario. Any questions? Like Descasherado, yeah, pretty much the only one around, so if anyone can have a question, it would be you. Oh, by the way, as you can see, technically I could have just stalled for time and gotten the same amount of gold while collecting more XP, but my army is already very much finished off, XP wise. So there's nothing to say. Yeah, no questions. In that case, see you next time, which is not gonna be today. Is it? There it is. See ya.